Welcome to the set of Gallowglass here at Wolverhampton's Grand Theatre, middle ground theatre of this on stage. It is here until Saturday night, so you have 3 more chances from this point to come along and see a Ruth Rendell story. It's actually written under her pen name of Barbara Vine, and we were meeting several of the cast. We are here at the moment in Shepherd's Bush, it seems, and I have 2 of I think really the story centres around you 2 guys much more than anybody else, but they're all important players. So first of all, may you introduce yourselves?
Sure, yeah. I'm Joe, and I play a character called Sandor, who at the beginning of the play meets Dean's character.
And I'm Herbert, who meets Sandor at the top of the play.
Yeah, and that's on Paddington Station. Because it certainly is no secret. We have to be careful about spoilers in this one, but it is no secret that it begins with your character about to throw himself under a train.
It does. We see my character Joe right at the top of the play, and he's not in a very good way. He's just left a facility for a mental health facility, and basically this intervention happens, and it changes his life in a way that he thinks is going to be for the better. But the play will tell us whether that's true or not.
Well, there are many twists and turns throughout the whole play, and writing's Barbara Vine. This is the 4th novel that Ruth Rendell wrote under that name. She very often looks at the psychological, those with mental illness, and the way in which they have found themselves in crime. And certainly, it's a place for both of your characters, I think, isn't it?
Yes. So at the beginning of the play, Sandor sees this young man about to take his life and takes him under his wing and looks after him and makes friends with him, but gradually draws him further and further into this criminal web and this very dangerous world where poor little Joe doesn't really understand what is being asked of him and the full extent of what they're trying to do. And it's sort of a mind game and very manipulative and very really kind of Sandor exploits this young man's vulnerability for his own ends. Yeah.
And this is the world premiere was here in Wolverhampton on Thursday afternoon, and we'll talk about this with the rest of the cast as well. But what's it like being in a play that you know hasn't been seen anywhere else before?
It's fabulous. We were so excited. We've been rehearsing this since the 13th of December, believe it or not. So we've had a long run at trying to get it right. Me and Joe have had a wonderful time getting these characters right and getting in the scenes together. And so we were really ready for an audience, I think. Yeah. We did that thing yesterday, matinee, where all of a sudden we had stuff to interact with, props and the such, and we forgot how to human for a little while. But we after kind of getting the first one out of the way, which of course was the world premiere, the second show last night, we really enjoyed. We kept coming off stage going, oh, that was great fun. And you know, at the end of the day, that's nice for us to enjoy on stage, and hopefully that comes across to the audience as well.
Well, certainly having been sat in the audience last night, it was very interesting to see the way it's come together, and it was like watching something that you maybe sit down and watch on ITV on a Sunday night. Yeah, it was a full-on Ruth Rendell story. Nice. And but the difficulty of such, I mean, we have your sink over here, yes. And you start the show having to have a shave.
Yeah, you can see the flat that we're in, and all of us begin the very play. I begin the very first scene shaving my face with shaving foam and a razor and water and all that kind of stuff. And the first time we did this, it was a nightmare. I had shaving foam all over the place.
Is the razor sharp? Or has it been
the razor? No, it's been blunted, but it's sharp enough.
We need danger in there as well.
Exactly. Yes, I tried to make it look dangerous, but it's a pretend one.
So it is full on acting.
It's something like that.
Yeah, that's why we like it. Okay, so you stay here. Okay. We may come back to you in a moment, but we're going to go meet up with some more of the rest of the cast because these 2 guys are dressed fairly normally, but. We're set in around 1990, which means some of the other cast members' outfits are a little more out there, shall we say. But if we can pop along, if you all like to run down the line, we'll have introductions first of all, please.
Yeah, my name's Rachael and I play Tilly. Karen, and I'm playing Diana, Sandor's husband, mother, sadly.
I'm Richard, and this is Nina, my wife.
And I'm Florence, playing Nina Abbott.
Hello.
Hi, and I'm Paul, and I'm playing Paul, which is really easy.
No, that must be confusing. It's bad enough over here because we've got a Joe and a Joe. Only one's a Joe in the play, the other one's a Joe in real life. So that is really confusing.
Yeah.
We'll hopefully have it all work out. So I think we were talking costumes. Would you like to give us a bit of a twirl of your full-on 90s outfit?
Really?
Because I think yours is the most notably 90s, isn't it?
Yes, yeah, I was the one who got stitched up.
and you make your entrance partway through, and sister of Joe.
Adopted sister, yeah.
Yeah, and that is another interesting role to try and approach, and the whole family influences. But you get a camper van.
Yeah, exactly. I've got my camper van. She's definitely an independent woman, takes no prisoners, so
Absolutely
she's fun
not.
to play, yeah.
And they're all powerful characters in this piece, aren't they, I think?
Yeah, absolutely.
And where did you come to from this? I mean, have you been working on other productions and plays?
Yeah, I'm in a children's TV series called Apple Tree House, where I play a really polite, lovely school teacher.
So it's a bit of a change.
A little bit different with the whirlwind that is Tilly, but yeah, it's nice to play something completely different to what I've been doing recently.
And again, part of the fun of doing a mystery is when you first get the script converted from a novel, how did you look at it? Because you obviously you were trying to work out who'd done it and what exactly was going on.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's quite a full-on play, and there's so many twists and turns. So I read it quite a few times to kind of really get my head around it. But there's so many interesting characters in it.
There are.
And everybody's got a real strong identity, I think.
And
so
a 3-hour play.
Exactly, yeah.
But I don't think you could do it justice without taking that time.
No, you have to, I think, for the development of the characters and to see their journey. You have to really, give it the time.
And with the journey of the characters, various people change appearance as we go through. Can't say too much about the reasons why on any of this, but you get to do that part way through the show, and that must be quite good fun as well.
Yeah, definitely. It's quite a quick change from this to something completely different, not giving too much away.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's great to have that opportunity as well to just go from something really extravagant to a little bit of a tamer costume.
Absolutely. Well, let's move on to Mom then.
Thanks.
So, obviously, a mother looks after her son, and in your part in this, it's a very close relationship you've had at times, but maybe it's become a little more distant based on Joe's behaviour.
Yes, I suppose when you meet his mother, you see where many of his problems may well come from.
And is it fun playing a part like that too? Yeah.
Yes, it's great fun. But yes, as we were saying, it's very entertaining, the show as well, watching all the characters and how they interact.
Yeah.
There's quite a few different worlds all colliding, and often with quite humorous consequences.
Absolutely, and all part of an exciting story, so with some very surprising twists and turns. And did you see it coming?
No, I didn't. And that's what I really love about the evening, I think, is because it's a marvellous yarn that nobody really knows. And indeed, I think the adaptation's better than the book, frankly. Yes, I do.
And do you read a bit of Ruth Rendell as well? Is it one of your go-tos?
Yes,
I
love a good detective.
There's a lot of time when you're acting where you get time to read a bit before you're waiting for anything else to happen, I suppose.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, so a good recommendation
it's 90%
here.
hanging around.
That's the way it goes. Somebody who's done his own fair share of hanging around, very often in fireman's uniforms, Richard. So
Spotted.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, London's Burning was a great set of drama, and this has that sort of level of drama, doesn't it?
Oh, definitely, yeah. I'd like to say actually, without I wouldn't put people off from coming to see this play by saying it's 3 hours long, because you might spend nearly 3 hours in the theatre, but 25 minutes of that would be interval. And I think it certainly holds over that distance for the characters. Yeah, I think it's a very dramatic play and very deep psychological, and everyone in it seems to have a problem of some sort. I mean, my character seems very kind of surfacey, but he's probably, he's married a trophy wife. I don't think he's probably been happier in earlier times either. He's just happened to make a lot of money building up a security firm, and I'm just not giving too much away to say that Nina Abbott has been married a few times, and they always seem to be older people.
Yeah, and with some interesting consequences for them. So, in the shape of Nina, obviously it must be a good role to play, and one whereby you get some interesting parts of the story.
Yes, I mean, she's damaged goods, isn't she? I mean, she's got quite a complex psychological background.
And I'm not sure she even knows why she does what she does in terms of marrying these men most of the time. She makes some very bad decisions along the way. But she eventually finds her true love. So, no, I don't think that's a plot.
Well, you haven't said. I mean, it could be.
I mean, no plot spoilers here.
No, it's not. But there's so many pivotal parts of the story, though, and so many little moments that will make you gasp, exactly like we had from the entire cast there, because it is a full-on bit of a good mystery. And is this, again, the sort of thing that you enjoy reading?
Yeah, I love a whodunit. I'm fascinated by film noir and the femme fatale character. That sort of sexy, alluring, confident character who is deeply emotionally vulnerable and insecure. And I mean, the first character I loved was Veronica Lake in The Scum for Hire. So it's great to play a character who has that sort of interesting backstory and isn't just a wallflower.
Yeah.
So yes, it is the kind of, I love a whodunit.
Who doesn't? Everybody loves a good whodunit. Now, I'm trying to stand in the right place so I can talk to you. Can I sneak over here?
Yeah, of course.
I'm allowed to sit on the edge of the setting. Sit down. This is your flat, isn't it, basically?
It is.
And we're over here sat in the barn conversion of the hall. And you've got a fantastic home. I've seen the pictures. It's a
Yeah, you
place.
never get to see inside it, sadly, but...
But if we sneak everybody around, that does the job. And
Are there rooms you've never been in that house? It's so big.
is that how it works?
I've never been in it, I just sit outside firing off my
House.
We had a chat before you came to Wolverhampton, and again, you've been in so many different things. The whole cast has done that much television. You keep it going for hours just watching the DVD box sets of you guys in action. But
Still available in most good shops.
well, absolutely. And the only thing you don't get to do is the repeats of Emmerdale. I mean, that would be good money, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would be, yeah. But they're all on the ITV4 channels if they ever get shown. But no, I think they're a bit savvy to that little ruse.
There we go. And again, for you to come into this one, you've done enough theatre in your time to know what to look out for, and I assume you were jumping at the chance to be part of this.
Yeah, because it's, Eight's middle ground, we're working with Lunny again, get to work with Walsh again. Really, really good play. It's, as most of the guys have already said, it's got everything in it. It's got romance, it's got suspense, it's got... I better not say too much.
No, we can't.
Twists and turns.
Who's in trouble with the production team? No, it is something though that you're going to bring an audience with you, and I think each of you will have people who are going to say, I know that name, I'm going to come and see the show. And I don't think they're going to be disappointed, are they?
No, well, they're such strong characters as well. Every character in this play is flawed in some way. They're damaged goods. And they've got a lot of baggage, which makes them more interesting characters. And bringing that to the stage and filling those characters is a great experience.
Absolutely. Well, it is at Wolverhampton's Grand Theatre. You have Friday night, Saturday matinee and Saturday evening to get yourself down here. grandtheatre.co.uk to get your hands on tickets, or 01902 429212, the box office number. But you can come along and see these guys in action in a fantastic Ruth Rendell mystery, and there will be many a twist and turn. You will not know what's going to happen next. But thank you all. It's been lovely to meet you.
Pleasure.
And I'm loving the outfits, and break a leg for the rest of the run.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.